Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. I am going to make me some breakfast, and it's 5:24 a.m. I kind of think I need a little bit more water in there, but I don't know. I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna put some butter in my oatmeal, and I'm making this oatmeal right here. I have been trying to see if I can maneuver some more meals for myself that agree with my body. So far, it seems as if this oatmeal is doing a great job. So, my water is boiling. I'm gonna dump this in. I'm gonna put this in there. This is my Dollar Tree glass that matches my Dollar Tree bowl. And I said to myself, I'm going to use my glass instead of using my thermal type of cup while I'm in the house sometimes, and remind myself that I can eat out of a normal bowl instead of eating out of a mug like I'm going to go somewhere. So that's what I'm doing. It's my 5 a.m. date morning. That's what you want to call it. And that's because why? Now I'm going to tell you. I don't plan on. I'm not sure dumping out so much liquid, so I don't want to put the butter in the pot. I'm going to put the butter in the bowl because sometimes I toss off some excess water, and I'm not a pro at making that, so I have to make it to where it works for me. And if you still I don't know who told me to save these, but I'm saving them. So there you go. Let me put this in here while the water boil up, boys and girls. hmm I wish someone could actually tell me why I'm keeping trash in my refrigerator. Please do that for me. Okay, this butter is going in the refrigerator. Now this is boiling, so I'm just gonna drop in some of my oats, and I don't know what is wrong with me, but I have to always look in there. Okay, so I don't measure. This is for me. I'm just gonna throw it in there. Oh, I don't have too much left. Ooh, that's enough. It's not enough. I'm gonna have some of my flavored water. Last night I made lemonade, and then I tossed in a can, uh, uh, a can of coconut water in the entire pitcher. So that's what I'm having. I need this ice cream cone in this building to come lower down the shelves in here because I'm reaching too much, and it's not good for me, in here. But I'm gonna see if I can get that done this week because those shelves are just too high. I'm gonna put just a drop to take out the freshness. You know what I'm saying, right, boys and girls? Just a drop, just a drop, take out the freshness. And there is butter there. There's that. Okay, I'm putting creamer. Aha. And I'm putting vanilla. I'm gonna ask in kindness if you drop something on your floor, whether your floor is clean or not, please wash it off. We want to keep each other safe. Okay. I know there are people who eat off their floor. What you do in your home is your business. But let's keep each other safe, honey. Okay, I'm gonna put some nutmeg in my actual pot. Sometimes some things need to actually cook in it. And I'm gonna put some cinnamon in there. I'm not a friend of cinnamon, but cinnamon has benefits, so I put a decent amount of that in there. Oh, this is smelling so good. Oh, I can hear the neighbors now. I can hear them now. Who's cooking? I'm on the way. Okay. Now I'm looking for my friends, my newfound friend. And don't mind the noise. This is a part of life. Everything cannot be edited out. So I love my little spoon. So make sure I mix that up there. Now that you see it's boiling, I'm gonna turn the fire down because I need the water to change in my pot. So I'm gonna just turn it down just a little bit. I already shaved my head and everything this morning, so I took a little bit of me time to do that and clean my sink. I have 2 dishes over there to wash. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to put some creamer. I love this creamer. I'm actually testing now. I haven't had any creamer for a few days, and I'm going to see if this creamer is what's causing me to have a residual effect on the part of my body. Like the back, it goes like a little air, go boop, boop, boop. But beautiful thing is, I live alone, so I'm going to put a little creamer in there. Yes, I like a lot of creamer, boys and girls. Mm-mm. The reason why I don't dump my creamer in the pot is because after I reach the consistency, look at that, just boil up like that, boys and girls. You see it? You see it? You see it? Ooh, it's nice. Look at it's changing. I'm gonna toss off some of the water, and I don't want to toss off. Look at that. That is it. I don't know what it is I'm doing, but I need the water to change, and it's changing right there. You see, it's not changing enough yet, but you can look on the outside. I want that. I think I got enough. Okay, so now I'm actually going to drain some of that water off. I don't normally do this part, but I was trying to drain off more water, and my hand is struggling to hold the pot. I didn't want to like drop it, so I'm gonna sift out some of my oatmeal, but this may be a little too wide, so I'm gonna give it a minute while I rest my hand a few minutes. I don't actually want all of that water in my bowl. I was watching someone the other day make make a meal, not make a meal, but someone's plate. And one of the things I like about when people are cooking, especially when they cook for themselves, is when they take their time to make it the way they want it. And that is one of the reasons why when I wake up, I'm thankful that I live alone, because I don't want to outsource my meals always based on what someone else eats. And that's kindness to myself as well as kindness for other people. I'm actually in a situation where I'm missing someone that I love because I have to allow people to live their own life when they're asking for freedom. You understand? And I thank God every day that I live alone because I want to die alone. There is something that I get that I can't get from anywhere unless I give it to myself. And I'm learning that while I stay consistent to me. When people say, are you loyal, and you want loyalty and you want this, those are things I have to give myself. Those are things I can't outsource from other people. I learned a very valuable lesson since I've arrived in this location because someone has partaken in my airspace from time to time. See that liquid? I don't want that. I want what's in the liquid. But there are times when I watch other people's lives and I'm so happy for what they have that I cry. And I think that's such a beautiful part of my life. Beautiful part of my life. Lord have mercy. Well, I'm sure you know I cannot pick up that that carton of that container of water. So what I have been doing in times where I can't pick it up, I just grab a bottle of water. I bought the water, might as well drink it. So that's what I'm doing. I do not want to sit down without wiping my stove. That's the one thing I don't want to do. Because if I can't get back up, my stove is at the entrance of my home. How you see that is your business. Good morning again. I'm going to have my breakfast and try not to have a nervous fit that is so freezing in here, but I will be turning off the air soon. I have a visitor coming this morning. My friend is coming. She's bringing me something. I was going to an event, but I decided I'm not able to go. The weather may not be good, but my body's not up for the drive, so I'm going to stay home. What I am going to do is go back to eBay. So I listed a card on eBay, and I'm going to be doing that little bit of fun for my life. I don't know if there's a name for what I was looking for, but let me think. It may sound like porridge. From when we were young, we used to eat porridge. This reminds me of that. But I didn't want the soupy. I wanted a little bite. So that's what I wanted. But I'm extremely, I guess I would have to say, happy with myself at this moment. I won't say like everything is great, but I'm learning that I have to make some changes in my life for me. And I want to make those changes slow and steady. And one of those changes that I've learned to do was, like I mentioned a couple days ago, is getting out of the house, going to the store. I cannot imagine. I'm in a store. A woman is in the same section I'm in, and the laundry detergent was $1.99. This woman was so, I can't believe, I wish I could carry what she was carrying. She took about maybe 15 or 20 of them off the shelf and put them on her shoulder in a bag right on her shoulder. Now, in my mind, I could have been thinking she's not going to pay for that, all the other stuff. That was not on my mind at all. What was on my mind was how strong her body was, because she didn't even tilt. I would have landed on the floor if I had tried to carry that much, whatever. And another time I noticed that I was in the store, the same section, there was another woman in there, and she was taking all of the dish detergent and stuff. So I love the fact that everybody is doing what they are choosing to do for themselves. I just wish I had access to more parking spaces so I could, when I need to, drive to where I need to go. I went to the store, like I said, and I didn't even have the money to pick it up, so it wasn't as if I could have or needed it at the time. None of that. When I was coming home one day, I had taken my wheel bag with me, but struggling to drag that. But I felt so good that I went out, period. You understand? Mm, 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 mm. One of the things that I wasn't trying to do was lose so much weight. And now when I'm in the bathroom and I'm looking at a layer of what I call me, extra me, I'm like, oh my goodness. But I had to just say to myself, if you want to get rid of a lot of processed junk, junk for me does not mean junk for you. But I said to myself, wow, I gained so much doing that. And now, I kid you not, I really want something, and that's the sausage, but I don't want sausage right now, so it is what it is. Mm. I think I found my food processor. I just found one that's around $50, but I read the reviews. So I'm reading for things like overheated motor. Those are the things I'm reading for because basically, when you buy a model, no matter how much it looks the same, it is the same. It's just that someone black marketed it, put their brand on it, and that's it. So I'm not going for the designer name. I'm not going for the most popular. I'm going for what I can afford, and I'm reading the reviews. That's it. So, and I want to see where it says verified buyer because my nickels and dimes don't match other people's nickels and dimes. So I'm learning that I can be happy with what I have and count those little blessings for myself. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Oh my goodness. I am amazed that I can eat these type of foods without adding sugar to it. My sugar desire has gone down so much since I changed the way I was eating. But one of the things I had to do, which I didn't realize I had to do to get me on this road to recovery, is when I gave up cereal. I didn't know that at the time that cereal was causing me so much harm. And when I started to figure out with pen and paper, like what I'm feeling at this moment, I just ate cereal. And now I'm learning something that I knew from young. Milk is not my friend. I always felt milk was not my friend from I was a baby, but now I understand it's not. And getting into a different part of how I treat myself, I learned a long time ago not to give my daughter cereal and milk before she left the house for school. I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't understand what it was, but I knew enough to know that giving her cereal before school was not beneficial. And I'm so thankful because even now I'm noticing that I don't see too much cereal in her shopping. So you may not agree, that's fine. We're not looking for a debate on your household or my household. But I'm so thankful that cereal, especially Dollar General cereal, is no longer in this household. Mm-mm. I got to the point where when I was making kindness gifts for other people, I wasn't putting General Mills in there. I said, if I won't feed myself that, why would I feed someone else that? All of this ADHD, all of this, and this, you have to stop, look, and listen. So now that I didn't realize a long time ago that I was doing what is called loss leader shopping, I'm thankful because my mind does not even tick for a certain section of the food store. I don't even have a reason to go down there. If I'm looking for something on clearance that I can add to a kindness, I may venture down there. But then there's times I say to myself, well, if I'm not going to eat it, do I actually want to pass it off to someone else? So Mm, 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 mm. I missed my appointment, boys and girls, yesterday. I got there late and I was so excited to see the dentist. Mm. And now I'm in the office yesterday. They gave me a September something, no, October something appointment. And before I reach out the door, they alert me to August something appointment. So I said, you know what? Let me go back in here. I said, sir, when did you give me an appointment? So he told me. I said, then why did I just get this? So he's like, oh, I said, so now guess what? No October, August, huh? Mm-hmm. Hmm. And I'm so thankful because I was about maybe 20 minutes late and they wouldn't take me. They said I was late, so I said, okay, I respect the hustle and grind. I didn't get upset. There was no anger, nothing. My time matters, their time matters. So when I go back, I'm going to do what I like to do always and go 20 minutes early. I was in need of rest, and that's all it was. So I didn't hold myself accountable. I mean, like hostage for needing rest. I needed rest. I needed rest. In my mailbox is a bunch of junk, boys and girls. All of these food things. So I sit down at the table. I open them up and I read them now. And I watch my newfound bestie on TV. And I'm learning to look in there for what's like $1.99 a pound and stuff like that. But look at this. Flip this up and look what's on the page. Sausage. I'm doing everything in my power not to have sausage. If I can go like maybe 6 months without sausage and then have sausage, I'll have a better understanding of what sausage does to me internally when I eat it. This is delicious. Mm, 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 mm. There was a time I could never eat oatmeal unless it was a sweetener in there. And I kid you not, this whole entire month, I don't believe I had any sweetener. And I was going to replace it. I went to the store and they did not have any. I was like, whoa, this is my day. So I ended up going home without it. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. I'm just so thankful for the little things, boys and girls. The little things. Mm, mm, mm. I cried so much yesterday for one of my YouTube friends. I saw her on Facebook just making a cup of tea, coffee, whatever she was making. And I just watched the love pour each step, the patience, the slowness. We rush through so much of our lives instead of just taking a few minutes to slow down. And while I was watching her do it, she put a hair barrette. It looked like a hair barrette on her water cup. I'm like, oh no, I couldn't have done that. My mind went back to the bacteria and where that might have been before it was up on that cup. So I'm so thankful that watching other people's videos, it gets me to see a part of everyone's process in their life. But it's also helping me understand that I don't have to live a certain type of way to make me feel like this is a part of normal life. But it is what it is. And I cried for her joy yesterday. So I saw a little circle around her face. So now I know she's monetizing her Facebook. So what I actually did was put that video on, turn the volume up to make sure that the video could register. And then I turned the light off and left it on. I actually fell asleep for 3 hours and her video was just running and running and running and running. So I hope she checked her stats today to see if she had an abundance of views, because that's the information I would need going forward, because if she does get a boost in her stats from that, I will be doing that on every video of hers that touches me the way that video touched me. Mm. 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 Now, I'm working really hard to eat and then drink, because I can't really eat and drink at the same time, but I could use a little thirst because I didn't drink all through the night, but I want to feed myself. So I'm going to sit here and feed myself. I don't eat enough. I know I don't eat enough, and I'm disappearing. You know, I don't know how long I had this shirt hiding in my closet, but I'm gonna take out some of the clothes that are too big for me, and I think I'm gonna put them to the side, and they're gonna have to find their way outside the door. Cause mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm building a new way to eat, so obviously I'm not going to go back to all that. So I'm gonna just get rid of some of the clothes. Mm, 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 mm. One of the reasons why I don't want my face on YouTube is because when I fainted, I broke my tooth, and I don't think anyone else has made any connection to it, but I see it every time I open my mouth, and it doesn't make me feel good. It just brings me back to the time when I was on that floor, splattered out, and hearing my daughter's cry when she heard me, because it changed the dynamic of our relationship when I heard her heart break down when she saw that she wasn't good in any way. And I see a residual effect of what happened to her after she witnessed what she witnessed. And as hard as it is for me, I've been by myself for a reason. And part of that reason is because I noticed that some people can't take what they see when they get to know me. What you see on camera might be one thing, but when people are literally around me and they get to see me hit the floor and stuff like that, they can't take it. And it hurts me to know that a person would want to come see me, but they won't come because they know how unwell I really am. What I pretend on the screen to get me through the day is what I have to do to keep me from hanging myself from a chandelier that's not in this apartment. And it is what I have to do to keep my mind stable. But to know that someone wants to come see me, but they can't because they can't manage what they actually see, is a part of my process that I'm trying to stay by myself for. At the same token, I know that I have to continue to remember that love begins with me, and that I am who I am, and that I am going to fit in this world no matter how I have to fit in. But it's really sad to see a person not well when they see that I'm not well, and to know that they can't say that they're unwell because they can't manage seeing me that way. That's why I am so thankful. I'm going to turn down the apartment I just recently fell in love with, because it would tick a lot of my boxes being able to walk on my walker without dragging across someone else's head. But I would have to trade in the peace of no one dragging a wheelchair or something above mine. So for once, I had to take what was beneficial to me. And right now, what I'm doing is doing my shopping list, trying to figure out what part of the meat to buy to put into my blender type thing, so I can learn to remove some of the process that's outsourced to other people when it comes to putting what I'm putting in my body. And when I turn my TV on, the person or people that I'm connecting to, subscribing to make sure that I set my algorithm to what I need my algorithm to do. And it is feed my purpose in life. And it is to do only one thing, and that's to live a better life in any way I can for myself. I am not perfect, but I am me. And I'm not going to do anything besides be me, because I will never be monetized on YouTube. I know that already. And I'm thankful that I'm okay with that. I'm so thankful. I'm okay with that. But You have to be a strong-willed person to be able to live with 54 cents in your checking account after the third of the month. And I tell you no lie, I am thankful. I used a firm to get my washing machine, and I love my washing machine. It is like maybe 5:30, and my wash is sitting right there. It's going right up in that bad boy, boys and girls. Because let me tell you something. There's one thing that I never wanted ever, and that's to go to the public wash house. I see a lot of stuff, but in here, and I have no ill will towards anyone. Every time I pull back the rubber to clean the machine, all of that excess false hair and stuff was in my laundry. And I'm learning that what's in my laundry is connected to what's going inside my body. So I just couldn't do it. I'm I'm doing a lot of changing. Like I don't put on perfume anymore. I won't say I will never put it on. I may feel down one day and I may need the scent to lift me up, but I don't do scent anymore. I take a 15-minute shower and I get right into about a 30 to 40-minute bath. And I learned that watching Japanese videos. So I learned one thing. I always liked the word clean. But now that I take a 15-minute shower and I wash 3 to 4 times in the shower, and then I get in the bath rather than get in the bath first and then the shower, I notice that my body is changing as far as how I feel cleaner for long periods of time. So that's what I do for myself. And it is also healing me internally because that time that I lay in a tub and I just lay, and sometimes I just put my arm up and I drift off, and I am too tall to fall under the water unless I do it intentionally. I'm gonna let you know that now. I am too tall to lay in a tub and go under unless I did it intentionally. But it just gives me my spa time. So I'm looking now to get some Epsom salt and those type of things to put in my water to make me have my spa day. I am so happy that I can treat myself the way I treat myself and still be in the comforts of my home. I'm never going to say I don't want to do this outside and do this outside and do that outside. But my mental illness removes the capacity to be consumed with voices around me. So I have to adjust my love for myself. And it is beautiful, boys and girls. It's beautiful. Mm. And one of the ways I had to adjust the love I have for myself, I had to learn that I needed to be around like-minded people, whether they're on my channel, whether they're on my Facebook, whether they're on my marketplace, whatever the case may be. I'm just using references. I needed to be around like-minded people, which means you need some form of kindness in your life for me to be a part of your life. And I noticed that someone that I truly care about is in my life because I choose for them to be in my life. But I believe I'm in their life for what they have access to me for. And it was a hard step to realize. But when I realized it, there was no anger. That's the part about being a Libra that I love. There was no anger. There was only a few minutes to take a step back and to remind myself what they bring to me. Why I'm holding on to this connection that is clearly not for me. It may not be for me in this way or that way, but it's definitely for me for this way. So I did all of that work on my own. I didn't have to outsource anybody's information for that or anyone's advice. I did that on my own. So now, being an empathic person, I know that this person is coming back. But when this person comes back, they're going to need me. And I'm going to say no but I'm gonna say it in a different way that the words and the letters N-O don't come out. And I hope when that happens, they understand that now is the point where they make an intentional decision. You're gonna show up or you're gonna part the sea. You only have two options, but that will never be a discussion for me. I have to remind myself of one thing and one thing only. I love bracelets. Love bracelets. I don't want those bracelets. So I'm not going to be around anyone long enough for them to tip the scale of this Libra. I'm going to give them with intention a small bit of advice without giving it. They'll have a moment to sit down and say, oh, she's not going to give it to me. And I hope when that moment hits, they understand. I'm going to accept you as you are, but you're going to come to the table the way you need to, or you're going to part the sea before I have to part it for you with. Did you see that piece of butter in my oatmeal? I did. Let me find it. mm, 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 mm. I met this man on Facebook, and I don't know how, but I can feel his kindness. That's all I can feel. I subscribed to his thing yesterday, and I'm getting some of his videos, and he is speaking kindness and knowledge at the same time. But the funny thing is, we share the same last name, and I'm like, that is so strange because it's not a highly popular last name. The last name you know me as is not the last name that him and I share. So I subscribe, but all I see in him is kindness, and that's it. So I don't want to be on Facebook that much. I don't want to be on social media, period, that much. But I did say I'm going to take about an hour of my time today to get into my groups. I try not to do too much commenting, but if I'm going to support someone who has a blue circle, I need to find time to support them. Leaving nice and that type of stuff, that's not beneficial to someone who's trying to earn on Facebook. I'm not earning on Facebook. I'm not earning on Facebook. But I see that people have this tendency of nice or this. That's not what people need. People need a full sentence. People need engagement. People need shares. People need just common, you got to do better than that. But I saw a woman's video yesterday, and she said when she makes it, her fans are making it too. So she's doing kindness by putting things in the mail, and I like that about her. So I subscribe to her. I can rock with something like that. A while ago, I was invited to a group. I didn't know anything about the group, and I wasn't going to join something that wasn't me, so that I could just have a group that someone invited me. That's not me. I have to be me in order to be me and be okay being me. So a couple days ago, I joined the group to get to know about the group. And now that I know about the group, I'm like, oh my God, is she really showing up for her girl? This is love, boys and girls, when someone shares a group with you and they know that you're a part of the environment. So I'm like, oh my goodness, are you serious? So I'm sitting down watching what these women are doing. Yesterday, someone made a few greeting cards, put them in the envelopes, whatever, and she put a stamp on it, and she's leaving them certain places. But I don't normally comment on the group, but someone asked, have you ever left I guess let's call it goodies in a shopping cart in a supermarket? And I said, yes, Aldi, because I put together little freebies and put it in the shopping cart in Aldi and went about my business. But I am seeing so much kindness now, so much kindness. But I have to say thank you yet again to you. And I mean everything that you hear come out of my mouth. Every time someone unscribes from me, believe me when I tell you, it makes me happy, because I'm doing the work now to build my foundation to where when, if, however you say it, I start to earn from YouTube, I'm going to earn with consistency because the subscriber who subscribes is going to watch my video, is going to like me for me, and is going to want to support me with those views. That way, when I am doing what I'm doing and I start putting out my packages in the mail, I'm putting them together for people who help me build what I'm building. If I need security, I need security with intention. That's it. My nickels and dimes matter, but I cannot get a viral anything and I don't have consistency behind it. If you're not watching YouTube enough to know that people have to reside in a place that needs some form of payment, this market rent here is $2,488. And I cannot I can't even say I can legit put a queen size bed in my bedroom. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I'm thankful. This unit here is everything I asked for, everything I prayed for. From the open concept kitchen, I wanted the island, it's right here. I wanted my craft tables in the same room that I slept in, that I wanted to be able to keep to some degree of tidy. I have it. I wanted to be able to keep my deep freezer. I have it. I cannot tell you how many things I needed to just build my small environment to the way I live, and that's it. I didn't need a couch. I didn't need a coffee table. I didn't need any of that. I had it. And then I realized that I didn't use it that often. And then when I tried to use it, it just happened to be with people that were not there for me. They were there to fill up their cup. So now I don't need to fill nobody's damn cup. I'm filling my own cup. But a friend of mine is coming today, and I made sure when I decided on which chairs to keep, I asked her opinion why I wanted her comfortable when she sat in the chair. But I don't know if she has a key to this apartment, but I think at some point she's gonna need one because she come up in here like she owned the place, and I'll be like, I don't like you, huh? But I kid you not, I absolutely thank everything in the world for my connection to her, because she is so much like me in ways that I don't think she will ever understand. And the beginning of that like me is her kind spirit, her kind heart. She's teaching me now in ways she has no idea. So I have learned one thing: when I ask her a question and she answers, accept what she answered, and that's it, because she's not giving me anymore. She's not playing in the sandbox. So I absolutely look forward to her visit this morning, and she'll be here before she tells me she's here. She just moves on her own schedule. Mm, mm, mm. But oh, whew, mm, 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 mm. Yesterday I was feeling a certain type of way, and this was the greeting card that I made. I printed about 20 or 30, and they're all messed up. One small setting on my printer, and they're all messed up. And this side has less space than this side. So I'm going to chop the front off, find me some pretty paper, put the backing, top it up, and I'm going to do it. But I'm trying to think now. I want this card as it is, folded, A2, that's it. So I made 10 more after I corrected the setting, and I love the card. So guess what? I put it on eBay. I said, it's time for me to go back and do a little bit of eBay now. So hopefully I can get some stats and all that, and go back into eBay for a little while to give me something to do. But it's like 6 a.m. now. So boys and girls, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to find myself out there getting that morning sun, because guess who needs it? I need it. And then hopefully I'll step out of the apartment and be face to face with the candy bar. But I kid you not, boys and girls, I had the most amazing dreams about this candy bar. But we already know candy bars are not good for your health. So I'm trying to stay inside this apartment, mind my business, and not be out there in the streets. But it's so nice to know that my body has arrived to a state that it still reminds me that it's alive and kicking, you know. But I still want to go to bed with my dog, baby, because Miranda over there acting like she paid rent up in here. Her rent is due, and if she doesn't pay it, she's gonna be right on outside with the rest of them, looking around. Anyway, thank you so much. And yes, Miranda is my mood support dog, and no, she's not going anywhere. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.